people will say, "What's wrong with this child?" instead of asking the more appropriate and compassionate question, what happened to this child? And once you understand the history, then the behaviors make perfect sense.
I'm Lauren Charbonneau. I'm Cayden's mom. I call him my little squishy. He's extremely caring. He's kind. I noticed Cayden's behavior changing. Like, we have like a little maid kitchen and a workbench. He would get home and he would clear everything off. And he would make such a huge racket. And then things like he had a little Tykes car and he would pick it up and just throw it for absolutely no reason. It started to kind of escalate. He started screaming, yelling, hollering for no reason. That's kind of one of the things that we all noticed was the screaming and the hollering. It was horrible, like an exorcism kind of scream. Super violent for no reason. I got a call, it was a Friday. They said, "You have to come down here, something happened." So I watched the video. Cayden and his little friend were kind of playing and she didn't like that behavior. Told him to stop. She got fed up, picked him up by his arm and his leg, and threw him against a brick wall. That was the first one I saw. I mean, I was extremely emotional. I still am. It's just hard. I finally started trusting people again and found a new place that introduced me to Jennifer.
When I started with Futures First, I was the one that was going into the classrooms and providing support to teachers, and the childcare facility that Cayden was going to, they were really struggling. And the classroom in general was really struggling. He needed more individual attention than that facility was structured to provide.
They were kind of at their wits' end with Cayden and his behavior.
We see the impact of trauma. It changes fundamentally the neural pathways in the brain. And even though he might not be able to articulate that trauma that he experienced, he can definitely act out that trauma. Lauren made the decision to begin Cayden with play therapy.
I had this very kind, very sweet woman that loved my child, who offered help whenever there wasn't any.
He was starting to create his world in the sand tray, and he was starting to tell me about the people that were in his world. And he started talking about some of the experiences that he'd had in the past. And he used a gorilla at one point in the sand tray, and he was really scared of that gorilla, and something really awful represented in that gorilla for him. And he played with it, and then he set it down, and he walked away. And that was enough for that day. That was kind of a switch that had gotten flipped for him. He had touched on something within himself that was very powerful to him and very scary, but then also really healing too. He knew that I saw what he saw and that it was okay.
I got my little boy back. I don't think there are words out there that describe how thankful I am for Jennifer, how thankful I am for Futures First. If I could have words right now to describe that, I would, but those words just aren't big enough.
The work that we do now with early childhood, it is vital. It is so much easier to build a child than repair an adult. This is the work we have to do, and we got to get it right. It's some of the most important things we'll ever do.